You ever notice how the sharpest memories show up out of nowhere, like a random song on the shuffle list that hits harder than it should? One minute you're scrolling, the next replaying that late night walk you thought meant nothing at the time. The smell of cold air, the streetlights, the dumb joke your friend cracked. Back then it felt ordinary, almost boring. Now it feels priceless, like some secret treasure only you remember. And that's the gut punch, right? We almost never feel the weight of a moment while it's happening. The weight only shows up later, when the scene turns into a highlight reel we can't rewind. Think about your last big trip, or even a quick drive with your dad. Windows down, radio mumbling old songs. In real time you were probably half awake, worrying about nothing. Phone battery, what to eat, where you'd sleep. You told yourself there'd be more drives, more time. Then life switched lanes when you weren't looking, and now the car is gone, or the person is gone, or you moved 3 states away. Suddenly that dusty dashboard and that ordinary conversation feel like gold. You trade so much to sit there again and hear the same joke for the 1000th time. It's weird how our brains protect us from the truth while the moment is still fresh. We're built to look forward, to chase the next thing, so we keep skimming past the tiny details. We tell ourselves that we'll take a real breath later, after the to-do list shrinks, after the semester ends, after we get some real money or that body goal. But later never stays later. Later slides into yesterday, and once something lands in yesterday, it stops cooperating. You can't text yesterday to chill. You can't FaceTime last Christmas. All you get is the rerun playing in your head, and some nights that rerun is loud enough to keep you staring at the ceiling. You probably have that one memory that still surprises you. Maybe it's as simple as sitting at the back of the class, swapping memes, trying not to laugh out loud so the teacher wouldn't notice. You know, sitting back there at the back of the class with your homie, just laughing and having a good time. At the time, you wanted the bell to ring faster. Now your friend's in another city, and there's no bell, no hallway, no shared desk. All those memories are just that, they're just memories. The laugh lives on, but the moment is sealed off, like a museum you can visit only in your mind. Suddenly, you catch yourself scrolling group photos, zooming in, and noticing what shirt you wore, who had braces, what posters were on the wall. Your brain is begging for a teleport button that doesn't exist. All of us do this, so don't crush yourself with guilt. Phones train us to chase the next notification, the next dopamine drip. We drive the feed like it's an endless buffet, barely tasting any single bite. Meanwhile, real life rolls past the window, and each scene gets archived before we know it matters. You think the world will pause for you to process, but the world never pauses. It just flips the calendar page on schedule, no matter how hard you cling to the edges. There's a quiet sadness in knowing you can't stockpile time. You can't store a sunset in the cloud. Even photos lose flavor after a while. The colors fade, the files get buried. What stays is the echo inside you, the feeling of how the air tasted, how the laughter sounded, the warmth or the chill on your skin. And those echoes can light you up or break you down, sometimes at the same time. That bittersweet mix is nostalgia's tax. You get to keep the picture, but you also get the ache. Here's the part that nobody wants to admit out loud. We might never beat this. We'll keep taking things for granted. Our brains aren't great at real-time gratitude, but we can nudge the odds a little. You can treat ordinary moments like limited edition points or prints. You can slow your breathing on the bus and actually look around. Notice how your friend's face scrunches when they laugh. Feel how your sister's hug lingers half a second longer than usual. When your mom nags you for leaving dishes, catch the cadence in her voice, because one day the kitchen might feel too quiet. Yeah, it sounds soft, but think about the last time you caught yourself wishing for 1 extra hour with someone. That wish didn't come from nowhere. It came because your body finally understood the price of time. You don't have to live in constant fear of losing everything. That's exhausting. Just tag a few snapshots every day. Mental Polaroids. You don't need an app, just intention. While you sip coffee, pause and notice the steam curling upward. While you walk the dog, hear the paws tapping the sidewalk. While you game with your boy, soak in the dumb trash talk. Little stuff, micro souvenirs. They won't stop the ache later, but they'll give the ache a richer soundtrack. Another trick is silence. Not monk-level silence, just a pocket without noise. Slip your phone face down and let out a minute of just breathing. Most people panic when the feed goes dark because the stillness feels like a void. But the void is where you actually feel things. You might even catch a live emotion before it turns into a fossil. That alone can flip an okay afternoon into a core memory. Then, when the night comes and your bed feels huge and cold, at least you've got something fresh to replay instead of another regret montage. And there's this strange magic. When you start valuing moments as they happen, you also grow softer with your past. Instead of beating yourself up for not noticing sooner, you see that younger version of you and giving a break. He was busy surviving. He did his best. You're doing your best now. Life doesn't hand out user manuals. We learn on delay. That delay is universal. It's not a flaw, just a human setting. So the next time you catch yourself rushing, ask a tiny question. If this scene vanished tomorrow, what would I miss? Maybe it's the clink of dishes at dinner. Maybe it's the late night Discord call. Maybe it's the fact that your cat always headbutts your elbow when you type. Just name it. Give it a slot in your head. The naming plants a flag. Later, if life yanks that scene away, at least you saluted it before it left. Some people will tell you to grind harder, stack cash, and ignore feelings. That's fine for them. But money can't buy back a first kiss, or a grandparent's laugh, or the sound of summer cicadas while you laid in the grass, wondering who'd you become. The next time you're tempted to skip a small ritual because it feels pointless, for example, showing up to game night, or sending a dumb meme, or watching the same movie again, remember that you're creating future proof that you were alive at that time. Proof that you mattered to someone, even if just for 1 relaxed hour after sunset. The truth is brutal, but simple. One day every present tense will flip to past tense, and there's nothing you can do to stop that. But you can't choose how vivid the past will look when the film plays back. You can crank up the color now, so future you has something worth crying over in a good way. It won't fix everything, it won't stop loss, but it will give your heart some armor made of gratitude instead of regret. Right now, wherever you're sitting, this minute is already sliding into a memory. Feel the chair under you. Hear whatever hum is in the room. Notice your own breathing. That's the sound of life moving through you. One day you might wish you could hear it exactly like this again. So let it ring for a second longer before you hit play on the next distraction. Because the value of this moment will show itself sooner than you think. And when it does, I hope it glows.